Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit the post notifications button. So I decided that I was going to jump onto this trend of people sharing how they spent their paychecks. Are you ready to jump into some numbers with me? Let's go. Okay, so just to give a nice visual as to the breakdown for my paycheck, I went ahead and created this very colorful pie chart right here with percentages. Now, I do have a second slide to this PowerPoint that will actually get into the numbers that are correlated to these percentages. The gross pay was $4,870.86, and the net pay is $3,050.53. Now, usually my gross pay would be higher than this, but somewhere within the first 2 weeks of this month, I had either a off day or there was an office closure day for a holiday, hence why it's a little lower. But usually, if it's on 45 or more hours, it will be closer to or higher than the $5,000 amount. So we're going to start off going, let's do clockwise here. So to kick it off, taxes, federal, New York State, Social Security, Medicare, and New York paid family leave, which that one will always and forever be very weird to me. I'm sorry, but I don't know why I am paying for families to take time off because they want to have kids when I don't have any kids of my own. So don't know what's up with that. I think it's very stupid to put that into uh people's paychecks who don't have kids. Like that should be only to people with kids. But whatever. You guys don't see a city tax in there. That is because I live outside of the city in Westchester County. Hence, I'm saving 4%. Anything and everything counts, and a little goes a long way. Moving along. So, I do my savings account with Marcus by Goldman Sachs. So every month or for every paycheck, I don't have a set amount really that I like to contribute into this account. It's all going to vary based on whatever my paycheck is. So if I have a lower paycheck, I won't put as much into it. If I have a higher paycheck, I will probably put more into it, but it also depends on if there are other areas that I'll need to take care of, such as repayments, or utilities that I'll need to put money into. So, depending on the other categories, will determine what I put into savings. Then for utilities, it's only 3%, a very small percentage. Usually, most of my utilities comes out of my paycheck at the end of the month. So I get paid semi-monthly, which is twice a month, very similar to bi-weekly, but bi-weekly could mean you can have like 3 paychecks in a month, but semi-monthly, it will always be 2 paychecks in a month. So my first paycheck, usually things like rent, the big costs like that, it doesn't come out. Those come out of my second paycheck at the end of the month. So what I will do, just to give like a better idea on that, is I will redo a second video to this for my second paycheck. We will cover that, and then I will do a video either separate from the next one or just all together in the next one for my paycheck breakdown for the whole of July. I will cover the specific numbers that are correlated to these percentages in slide 2 of this PowerPoint so that you can see like the actual numbers themselves. Moving along, now my 401k, so 6% of that came out of my paycheck. I do have a employer contribution match as well, which is great. Now, 6% to some may seem good, to others may seem pretty low. I do plan to kick this number up to either 22 or 23% within the next couple of months. And if not this year, then certainly next year. But with the other costs that I do have going on, I do need to keep it at a reasonable percentage for now that works. Moving further up this pie chart, so my emergency fund. I do bank with Ally Bank for my emergency fund. This is separate from my home savings. I believe that everyone should have an emergency fund, and this should be 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses, if not more. It's really, really crucial to have it in the event if you have an emergency. You have like a separate stash that you usually won't touch unless like something like dire comes up and then you do need to tap into it. So for my emergency fund, only 1%. I don't put too much into it. I am putting the bulk of my money into obviously expenditures, my 401k, and my savings, and obviously utilities. Then, separate from my 401k, my savings, and my emergency fund, I have an investment account with Fidelity, which is managed, by the way, just because with the employer that I work for, we are not allowed to trade in single name securities ourselves. And the account has to be managed and it has to abide by compliance policies with the firm that I work for. So there is no percentage for this one because it's less than 1%. It's more like around 0.5%. Again, we'll go into just specific number for that in slide 2. Loan repayment, only 6% of this. I'll give more context and details about that in slide 2. So I did now, some of you may or may not judge, but we listen, we don't judge. I did take out a 401k loan, which by the way is going right back into my 401k with interest included, and there is no penalty for that. So for the loan that I took out against my 401k, only 6%. It comes out post taxes and stuff. And again, not a crazy percentage, but we'll get into the number for that in slide 2. Then moving further along the pie chart. So credit cards, 20%. Yes, it does look like one of the big categories on here. 2 credit cards, one of which is my Victoria's Secret credit card, and the other one is my Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card. Now, those two, my Chase card has the higher balance of the two. My Victoria's Secret credit card only had like $75 on it. It was just like one visit into like a Victoria's Secret store when I was doing like a weekend trip somewhere. So that one's paid off. So it's only going to just be one card left. I will get into the specific number for that in slide 2 as well. Miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is anything that covers maybe like gas, or I went to like the bodega to get like a honey bun cinnamon roll, or money that was not spent that was just left in my account, which made up 5% of whatever was left after the other categories along the pie chart. Then the last is my car and renter's insurance right up here at 4%. Very small. I have my insurance with Geico. I think their rate is great and it also works well for the area that I'm in. And I do bundle my car and renter's insurance together. So it's 4%, very insignificant coming out of my net pay right here. So moving along to slide 2. Now, here are the breakdowns of the numbers. So, taxes, $1,298.84. I already told you guys what those taxes were. Medicare, New York paid family leave, state, Social Security, et cetera, et cetera. Then for utilities, so it was only $135.47 that I needed to take out for this period. And that was only for my parking space here in my building. Savings, out of that $3,050.53, I took out $1,100 to put into savings, which I think is fantastic, a lot more than the average American. My 401k, $243.54. So this comes out pre and post tax. I have a traditional and a Roth IRA. Like I said before, I do plan on increasing it from 6% up to 22 or 23%. That way I can hit the yearly maximum contribution, which by the way, for my job, we can do, I think it's 22,000 or $23,500. Moving along. So my emergency fund, I do bank with Ally for this. I just take out like 25 bucks every paycheck. Now, this is subject to change. I have at different points had it at like 50 bucks or 75 bucks or 100 bucks, but due to different moments in time, I did have to adjust that dollar amount. But again, it's not set in stone to stay that way. I can always adjust it later. Investments with Fidelity, same thing. This is just 20 bucks. I do prefer to put most of my like anything savings or investments related into my actual savings account and my 401k. So usually my emergency fund and my Fidelity investments are going to tend to be on the lower end. Just because I mean, for one, I don't touch that, and two, like they'll grow over time. But the categories in which I do really need most of like my savings and stuff is in my 401k and my actual savings account, especially my savings, since I do have a big purchase goal that I'm planning to do for 2026. Moving along, the loan repayment. So I did mention that I took out a loan against my 401k. And again, this is fine. This comes out, um, is it pre or post tax? This comes out post taxes, $277.95. So that's fine. And again, there's no penalty for it. The interest and the money is going back to myself. So essentially, I'm paying myself. There we go. It's the way to look at it. So credit cards, $875.86. Again, this was for my Chase Freedom Unlimited card and my Victoria's Secret credit card. Obviously, for the next paycheck, I'm not going to need to take out as much of this unless like I just want to finish paying it off. And it will only be my Chase Freedom Unlimited card, which I have a balance of like 1900 bucks. And honestly, if I wanted to like just pay it off now, I could. Insurance. So I do have my insurance with Geico. I do car and renters bundled together. And every month it's just $173.18. Then the last one, miscellaneous, anything that was either touched or random expenditures, $199.53. Anyway, that is all for to get that is all for today. I hope this video was very informative for you guys. Let me know what you think, and we'll definitely cover the next paycheck in the next video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.